So welcome back to the channel, everyone. Well, today is the big day. Today all of the 7 all-star Koopalings have finally came. Probably the most anticipated day of the year for me personally, because I was looking forward to these more than anything. So this is the first box. There will be only 2 in here. I think it's Larry and Wendy, or it could be Iggy and Morton, but who knows. The other 5 are over there. So we'll get started. We'll open all of them for you today. Oh, and these were announced in February, and boy, has time flown by fast. And these are from Amazon Japan, like we've said in numerous videos on how to get them. Oops. Oh, it's taped. Here's the big reveal since February. Ta-da! There's All-Star Wendy and All-Star Larry. Right from the start, they're packaged nice and neat, like the power-ups were. If any of you watched that unboxing back, I think late June. But here she is. Here, the first one, All-Star Wendy. There she is, All-Star Wendy, number 66. There she is. I do not know if she's bigger than the other Wendy, because we don't have the other Wendy in here, but we'll get her after. So there she is, short tagged, because this is from Japan. There's her beautiful tag, like always. It's probably their stock photos you've seen on everything. And there's that. So, shell, her bow, her face, beads in the feet, like we've known. Nothing there. Wow. Okay, there she is. There's Wendy. And then now I'll open Larry. Oh! So there's Larry. Looks nice and derpy. That's always a good thing when he's derpy. Except for when he's fake. When fake ones are derpy, then it's ugly. But take out Larry. Nice. Whoa, there he is. There's his beautiful shell. There's his nice cross eyes. His feet. Beads in the feet, like always. Wand. Nice, beautiful blue mohawk. Short tagged, like we all know. Number 64. There's his standard photo. There's all that text in Japanese. And probably says Larry. Or on Amazon they called it Rally, but it's probably Larry still. Wow, there he is. There's All-Star Larry. And then I'm going to turn off the camera real quick to get the other packages. You might hear the rain. The DHL guy delivered this in the rain for us. But this one, I think it would be Morton and Iggy in this box. Morton and Iggy, I think. Because I'm opening these boxes based on size, and this one was the next smallest. Oh, who knows, this could be the big set with all 3 of them. And if it is, I'll... Oh, yep, this is Iggy and Morton. Oh. Get the box out of here. I love how these are packaged. They package so nice for Japan. If only the US got this nice packaging. There's that slip for later. So much plastic on these, but it's kind of like one of those mazes. Oops! But you have to tear through layers and layers of plastic just to get to these. Oh, there's so much plastic on this. Let's take out Iggy first. There he is. I don't know if he's bigger, but he looks bigger to me. I'm already noticing a kind of a difference in his eyes. Whoa, he feels nice and sturdy. So his eyes look different to me. I don't know if anyone else can notice a difference in his eyes. There's his short tag. There's his standard Iggy photo we all know and love. His nice mohawk. overall looks really beautiful, just like the rest so far. Stitching around the feet, beads are in here, but they're like really condensed. Like really condensed, you can barely feel their beads in there. But yeah, there is Iggy. And now I'll take out All-Star Morton. Oh, he has his hair down all cute. Take this one off. Oh boy. There's the grand reveal, Morton. He looks just as cute as always. His star looks really nice. And there we got the camera lighting to focus. There's his nice gray star. It's really high quality. Oh, he's like really soft. He's like the softest one I felt so far. Yeah, he's really soft. His feet have beads in it. We all know. His mohawk, a nice sturdy felt. He could probably open his mouth again, but I do not want to deform my plush. There's his beautiful looking shell. Short tag that we all know. Standard Morton photo number 65. Japanese on the back. And the Japanese in there. So there's All-Star Morton. And now I'll take out the final 3 in this next clip. So here's the final box, the one I've been anticipating the most. It has Ludwig, Lemmy, and Roy in it. So yeah, this is the most anticipated for me. You can let us know in the comments which one you liked the most after everyone's opened. But there they are, and this is my first official Ludwig as well. So I'll keep the Ludwig for last because there is Lemmy. I think he's number 69, if I remember correctly, but yep, here is the All-Star Lemmy. And one thing Evan Reynolds pointed out to me is that their arms are sticking out to hold the wands better. So yeah, here's Lemmy, get the lighting to cool off there. But there's his shell, his banana. His mohawk looks just as good as always. It looks like he's giving like a derpy smile. His feet have really condensed beads like I think Morton. There's his short tag, his photo that I know would be there. That's for everything. There's his tag. And yeah, there he is. All-Star Lemmy. Now the next one I will open is the All-Star Roy. Take him out of there. There we go. There is Roy. Let me get. Just open. Oh boy, here's Roy. His teeth, I think, look sharper on this one. He's just like Morton. He's really soft. His feet are condensed like the other two. There's his funny photo on the tag that we all know would be there as well. Short tag, really soft shell. Overall, huge. He's really big, like wide like this. He just looks great. He has a pointy chin, which he has right there. Yeah, overall, really nice. Love Roy. Now for the final one, the one I did want the most because I did not have an official Ludwig before. So this is the perfect time to get one, is the All-Star Ludwig. And I can already tell this one will be my favorite out of all of them because Ludwig's my favorite Koopaling to begin with. But oh boy, here he is. There's his beautiful face. His feet have less condensed beads than the other one. His nice wand. His stomach is right there. The shell is really beautiful as well. His hair looks really velvety. It's actually the softest part. It's probably more soft than any plush I have. Yeah, it feels like silk or velvet. It's really nice. There's his standard tag that we would all know. There's the insides and the behind. It's So there it is, the final Koopaling unboxed, and now we'll get on to the comparison and reviews for each one. So now that we have everyone unboxed for you, now we're gonna do comparisons. We're gonna compare them to their old counterparts and their fake ones, if they have one, like Larry or Ludwig. And they will be here a while, so you better get relaxed and get your soft drinks and whatever, because this might take a while. We have like 17 plushes to compare here, so we'll get started with Larry, number 64, like I said earlier. Looks really nice, love the cross-eyed one. And now we'll compare him to the old 2014 Larry. And from here, it's kind of hard to tell which one's the new one besides just the tags. But let me turn them around here. There's how they both look together. This one's long tagged, of course. This one's short tagged because it's imported. So I cannot really find any difference between these. So here they are. If any of you can find differences between these, let us know in the comments. But just from looking at them, I cannot tell a difference at all. I wish I could. I cannot find a difference. So instead of me just mumbling on, I'll move on to the fake Larry. Which you can definitely see the difference with here, because this one has its eyes so far apart, like the action figures they make of Peppa Pig, where they're on the opposite sides of her face. So that's kind of like how it is for this one. And you can see this one is so much better quality. This one has these cheapo wrist strap thingies. They don't even have the embroidery, they just have it. Everything is just cheap on this one. Then the hideous shell on this. Just look at how much better quality this one is compared to this one. This thing is a disaster. It's horrendous. So glad I got the new All-Star Larry. Now we'll compare it to All-Star Junior just to show its size off. All-Star Junior. They made this one stand, so we originally thought they would make the Koopaling stand, but thankfully not. So there that is. Junior is still taller. There's the shell. They're both great quality. So yeah, there is that for Larry, and now we'll move on to the next Koopaling, which is number 65. Who is that? That would, yeah, Morton. So here is All-Star Morton. He's really soft. He's probably the softest one. He's like really silky, like Ludwig's hair, except all over. His shell is really nice. He's just overall really soft and really cuddly. He's really big too. So let's get old Morton. Old Morton is not as soft, but that could be due to age. There's the two comparisons together. Again, I can barely find any differences at all between these. I do think his eyes are a little bit bigger, but that's really the only thing I notice from the front view. The wands are practically the same, except the new All-Star one is a bit neater when it comes to the stitching. And when we flip it over, we can see that this one is a little bit darker than this one. It might not show it on the camera, but the old Sine Morton is darker than this one on the shell. So there's the back comparison. And overall, pretty much the same, except this one is a lot softer, but again, this could be due to age because it's almost 2 years old. But yeah, now we'll compare it to All-Star Junior, because we do not have a fake Morton, thankfully, because the fake Mortons are hideous too. So there's the size difference. Even though Junior is taller, the Morton is overall bigger because it is more wide with the shell. So yeah, there's that on Morton. And now we'll move on to number 66, which is Wendy, the sassy one of all of them. So there's Wendy. There's her bracelets, her nice lovely necklace, her beautiful looking shell that's so nice and neat. And now we'll compare it to the old Sine 2014 Wendy. And the thing I noticed real quick is that the jewelry she's wearing, it is a bit bigger. The ball thingies are a bit bigger on this one, and this one is more tinier. I'll try and show it like that. So there's one thing I noticed. And when looking at it, it just looks softer, but again, this one is, I think, a year old by now. A little more than a year old. There's the thing from the back. Again, this one, the shell looks like it's a little bit more stuffed than this one, but you can barely notice it. So there's Wendy. And I'll compare it to Junior again, because thankfully we do not have a fake Wendy. So there's Junior. This one is tinier, but that's expected because Wendy is tinier. But I bet the old Sine Junior will be tinier than this, if any of you have it. So there's that. So that's it for the Wendy. Overall, really good. I would definitely recommend this one over the old one, but there's not much of a difference. But I still recommend it anyway, because it is all-star. So yeah, there's that one. Next one is Iggy. And like I said in the unboxing, I think this one has a little bit different. I think it's just because his eye is sewn different there. So I'm comparing it to the old Iggy. You get him here. Yeah, the old Iggy definitely has different sewing on the eyes compared to this one, but this could be just because our model was sewn different. Now another major upgrade I would say is that the old Iggy, you can see his eyes from the bottom, and this one you cannot, which looks way neater and cleaner. So luckily there are differences with this one. The wand is more held up, his arm is more sturdy on this one compared to the old one. His wand is sagging down on the old one, and this one's nice and straight up. And comparing the feet look the same, and the shells look the same. It looks a little more flatter than Wendy's shell. That's probably because it was packaged different. And surprisingly, the old Iggy has a better standing hair than the new one. But that could be, again, just because ours was packaged all tight and it could have been squished during shipment. But there's that. Now compare it to All-Star Junior. Iggy is taller, but his hair, it makes that possible. There's the shell. Overall, really good Iggy. Thankfully, this one does have some differences you can notice, and definitely recommend it over the old one, but don't be ashamed if you do get the old one, because it's not that big of a difference. Let us know if you feel like any of these Koopalings are worth upgrading to in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. So there is Iggy. Next up is the All-Star Roy, which is very funny because it looks almost exactly the same as the old one. You probably couldn't even tell besides the wear and tear on this one compared to this one. One thing I did notice is that this one has more of an extruding chin compared to this one. This one's more like curvy, and this one is like more round, and it looks very detailed. His facial structure is much more detailed on this one. The shell is very stuffed. It's very stuffed compared to this one. I'll try and grab it with both hands. This one is very flimsy, while this one is stuffed all the way to the top, so it can't get bent. Let's see, I can squish it 24/7. But yeah, there's not really that big of a difference on Roy. It's kind of funny how similar they look. His tags. So yeah, there's Roy. He's probably the biggest one out of all of them because of how wide he is. So yeah, there's his size to Junior. He's still height-wise, he's tinier than Junior because he's hunchback. But when doing the side angle, this one is the bigger plush out of both of them. So it's really nice to see a big Roy. And that's all for Roy. So next one is the All-Star Lemmy. Have that over here. One thing we did notice is that he does have a different angled head. And a big thing we did notice is that this one actually has sort of a weird kooky looking smile. Compared to this one looks more serious, and this one looks like it's making a weird smile. And there's this one, his eyes are a little bit further apart, but I think some units on the old one have like that too. The mohawks are the same. His arm is coming forward on ours, but that's probably because how it's shipped like that, so that's probably not a difference. See, I just adjusted it back. Now on the side view here. His shell is a little bit better on this one, but it's barely able to notice anyway. So yeah, there's that. Not much of a difference either, but we've come to expect that by now. Now here, comparing it to Junior, Junior is obviously bigger, because he's Junior after all. And yeah, there's that one. That's it for Lemmy. And now my personal favorite of the set is All-Star Ludwig. Now here he is. Unfortunately, we do not have the 2014 Sine Ludwig to compare it to, but we do, thankfully, have the fake Ludwig to compare it to, which will give us a lot more differences than what these other Koopalings have been giving us. So in comparing the two, you can see this one is more accurate color-wise. This one is a lighter yellow and this one's darker. The face on this one just kind of looks derpy after all. This one looks like it's reaching for the sky, and this one's nice and natural looking. The hair on this one is like really silky. I love the detail on it. Now you can see the shell on the fake one is not as bad as the others, but it's still pretty bad after all. You can see where the stitching is coming apart on that top one there. And it just overall looks neater. The hair looks neater on the new one. It's better colored. Its tail is nice and up compared to the old one. So overall, if any of you have fake Koopalings, we definitely recommend the new ones over the old ones, because they did do like little quality of life improvements, but there's nothing really that big of a change. So if you do have fake Koopalings, we definitely suggest getting these ones. But if you do have the old Sine Koopalings and you don't really have any money to spend, we probably do not recommend getting them, because they're not the biggest differences in the world, because a lot of them did look the same like their old ones. So if you have fake Koopalings and want real ones, we definitely suggest these ones over any other ones. And if you have the Sine Koopalings like we do, you should probably wait until they come down in price if you want them, because right now we had to import these from Japan, and the total cost for all 7 of them was around $220, I believe. Now, if you were subscribed in June, you know we did a Evan Reynolds birthday bash where he showed everything we got for his birthday, and you might have realized that we did not do that for my birthday. Well, this is why. I ordered all of the Koopalings with my money. I also ordered Bonsai Bill and the medium Yoshi over there, and Evan got the Mario Party 5 Peach and Donkey Kong, and Evan also got the All-Star Poochie. So yeah, there's my birthday bash right here, and get an overview of everyone. This is well worth the wait for all these. Even though we said that there's not many changes with these, we are beyond happy for these. We love how they look. Most people might not want them because they look so similar, but we love them. I'm so glad I got them with my birthday money. One of the best purchases I've ever made. So like I said earlier, if you have the old Sine Koopalings, you probably don't need to get these right away unless you really want them like we did. But if you do have all fake Koopalings, or fake of a Koopaling you really like, then we do suggest getting these. But for now, you'll have to import them from Japan, because they're not available from Little Buddy yet. They might later this year, but I'm predicting early next year. So yeah, this is my birthday bash haul, or whatever you want to call it. So we hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions regarding the new Koopalings or any details about them, make sure to let us know in the comments. And also let us know your general thoughts on this haul and the Koopalings in general. So make sure to subscribe to the channel for future plush coverage. We'll also be using these in our new plush videos as well, so stay tuned for those. And make sure to share this video with anyone who is interested in the All-Star Koopalings. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.